So good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. I want to get this video out to you. My plan, give me a hug. How you doing? We're underwater, baby. Can you hear it? And it's just nonstop. It's like you really just honestly don't get a break. So, and then we're supposed to get this massive push of rain come in at 10 o'clock tonight. Hopefully it's going to start moving out after that. I'm over it, right? So I wanted to film this video sitting and relaxing in my kitchen with I got a new little stand with two little lights on it. We are getting snazzy around here. But here's the bottom line. I am rotating my dogs like crazy from indoors to outdoors. And that means since 5 o'clock this morning, I'm going on my fourth time. I'm not kidding you when I tell you this. Of vacuuming, mopping, and wiping things down. End of story. So we're going to do it right here. So here's the deal. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, and I am going to put some information in the description or in my community post. Let me say this real quick, just so we're all clear. You do what works best for you. What I'm about to share with you in terms of my thoughts on inflation and diet, this plan that we are on, James is on it. I'm doing some things with him to be his cheerleader. And so my point here is if you are an adult, which is what this is what this is intended for, and you are interested in some type of diet plan, do your own research, talk to your doctor, fit your needs. Every person is different, okay? Love me. I love you. Love us all. God love it when I say this. We are not doctors. We are not nutritionists. We are nothing like that, and we're not your mama. So if you don't like this, then don't do it. If you think you can do something better or different, then go do it. We applaud you. We go team, go. So I'm just saying, I'm just going to tell you the facts of what has worked for James and what I have seen. Take it or leave it, no big deal, okay? This is a very old diet plan. What this is, so here's the deal. So my husband last week started a new diet. This is not a lifestyle diet. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm calling a natural Ozempic. What that means is this isn't a pill. This isn't an injection. James has already been on Ozempic before. If you follow the channel for the last 4 or 5 years, he was on it for a time period. He plateaued. He didn't like the side effects started coming out. He was like, getting off that. It did help him to a point. I think he lost about 20 pounds. It took quite a while, shrunk his appetite, but then he plateaued. So see, you plateau on that. So that was something a lot of people do to kind of, what it's intended for are diabetics and people that want to get a sudden control over their diet and shrink their appetite. It's not all this other stuff, okay? So I'm not an advocate for that, but considering my husband at that time was a diabetic, he is now not on Ozempic, and he is basically, he's not diabetic. You could put him pushing the pre-diabetic category. So he's naturally trying to still take care of himself, lose weight, whatever. Okay. So here we are. So he decided 2 weeks ago that he was going to do this again. This diet plan, you will find several different versions of it. I haven't gotten online and done a bunch of crazy stuff. These sheets, look how old this is, y'all. I'm not joking. These have been within my household for over 20 years. And the reason we found out about it is because, gosh, it's probably been 22 years. I think I was around the time of having my second baby, who will be 22 coming up this weekend. So we've got a lot going on, rain and Valentine's Day and birthday. That's why I want to get this video out. In case I miss a day, we're busy with family stuff. So here's the deal. So I have a great aunt who started losing a bunch of weight. And man, she was looking awesome. She needed to lose weight, right? Now, in addition to this little deal that I'm going to explain to you, which some of you are probably familiar with it, with or whatnot, or something like it, she started losing a lot of weight, pretty good. And she was walking in addition to this. So this is the deal. After I film this video, James and I are going to get him some workout clothes because we've already joined our gym. I got a gym membership, the price of 2 DiGiorno pizzas, guys, for my whole family plan. So the whole goal is to do the things we do here, walk and run here for me. And, you know, if it's twice a week, we go to the gym as a couple or whatever. I'm going to be doing a martial arts class. Then great. Anything we can do to be better. So here's what I was thinking of. I'm going to tell you all about it real quick, but here's something I want you to think about as we're going through this, because I just mentioned this to James. I said, this is a great diet to be on during all of this inflation, which is returning. You knew that. We told you that. We just did the numbers last week from our Aldi inflation. Surprise, surprise, right? Everywhere is going to vary a little bit, but the stuff you got out, all that junk you were told today, you went, we already know, honey. We already know, because we already did that, right? So we'll continue to keep up with that, right? Because it does appear that inflation is roaring back and egg prices are not helping, right? Okay, so I'm going to tell you what this is. So this one right here, I've got two versions. And James is sticking with the one from Oregon. It's from you can barely read it. Look at this. This is so old. This is the Oregon Health Sciences University Hospital Diet. The other plan is the cardiac unit of the Birmingham, Alabama Hospital. Okay, they're extremely similar, almost the exact same. There's one or two variations. But basically what this is a diet. Let me read it to you real quick what it says, okay? Listen to it. The diet works as a chemical breakdown and is proven to work. I can tell you it does. James has already done this once. He did it about when I told you 20 to 22 years ago. He lost 20 something pounds doing it. Okay. Now here's what they say. So it's proven to work. Do not vary or substitute any of the foods. I know because you're going to kind of question a few things. You're going to be like, what? Salt and pepper may be used, but no other seasonings. This diet is to be used for 3 days at a time. After 3 days, you will lose up to 10 pounds. After 3 days of dieting, you can eat your usual foods, but don't overeat. We'll talk about that. After 4 days of normal eating, you go back on it again. This diet is used at the Birmingham, Alabama Hospital Cardiac Unit for patients who need to lose lots of weight in a hurry due to pending surgery. Okay, so here's the deal. And it also says you should drink a lot of water. It says 6 to 8 glasses, but you already may do that. Now listen, like I said, if you're considering doing this, whatever I'm talking about, check your health, your physician if you need to. Make sure you understand what you're doing. Again, we're not telling you to do this. I'm just sharing with you what James is doing. So last Monday, not day before yesterday, today's Wednesday, last Monday, James started the diet. He's doing it on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Again, this is not a forever doing type of scenario. This is a type of diet to help, I think, discipline you, push you into a form of detox, and it starts making you evaluate what you're doing. Because here's the deal. So you go on this really strict diet for 3 days, and you might start losing some weight. James has already, as of Sunday, he had lost 8 pounds. He just quickly jumped on the scale before I started this video, but he was clothed, and it looks like he's lost another 2. So in the last 9 days, he's in the ballpark of already losing 10 pounds. Okay, so I just want to go ahead and put that out there. But you do it for 3 days. You pick your 3 days. We do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because he can pack that. He can pack his little breakfast. He can pack his lunch, and then when he comes home, I cook what they recommend for dinner, and then I eat that pretty much with him as well. So we're pretty much I'm doing at least half of it with him. Okay. And I can tell you that it appears that in the past 9 days, I've lost, not that I was trying, but just by default of eating cleaner, eating leaner with him. I've lost somewhere between 3 to 4 pounds myself. Now, I'm not aiming to lose weight. I'm just aiming to help him and be healthier and cleaner. I have a tendency to lose weight, and then I'll, when I'm doing something like this, and when I really continue on, and then if I start working out hardcore, which I am, I put weight back on. But I'm in the healthy zone as far as my weight. We're good. So that's not the goal. The goal is to cheerlead my husband. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to read you the one from Oregon. because this is the one he's actually following. We look at the other one, but this is the one he's doing. So what you do is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So day 1, you can have grapefruit or grapefruit juice, 8 ounces. You can have a slice of toast, your preference of bread, and then 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That's breakfast, okay? Then you go on to lunch. He's eating 4 ounces of drained tuna in water, not oil, and then 1 slice of toast again, okay? Then for dinner on Mondays or day 1, he's having a 6-ounce piece of any kind of meat. So he's done pork chops. He's done salmon. That's what we've done the past 2 weeks. Then you can have a cup of green beans or peas. You can have a cup of beets with red wine vinegar or carrots, a small apple, and catch this, a cup of vanilla ice cream. I said it. Now day 2, you move to day 2. 1 hard-boiled egg, 1 slice of toast, 1 banana. That's breakfast. Lunch is 1 cup of cottage cheese or a cup of 2% milk. He is drinking the milk. He doesn't like cottage cheese. He's so weird. I know. But anyway. And then 5 saltine crackers. I can tell you right now, he's not doing saltines. We did change that one. Okay. He's doing a multi-grain cracker that I know he likes, and it's non-GMO. So we're not doing saltines, but this is old, y'all. Okay. So just go with me. All right. Dinner on the second night, which would have been last night, was 2 hot dogs, no buns, a cup of broccoli, half a cup of carrots, a banana, and a half, not a whole, but a half cup of ice cream. And then today for breakfast, he had the 5 crackers, 1 ounce of cheddar cheese, 1 apple. For lunch, that was the breakfast. For lunch, he had 1 hard-boiled egg. We're having farm fresh eggs are working out real good right now. 1 slice of toast again. And then tonight for dinner, he's having tuna. He's having 1 cup of tuna again in water, a cup of carrots, cauliflower, 1 cup, half a cup of cantaloupe, and a half a cup of ice cream. James likes all of this with the exception of, he's not crazy about 2% milk, but he's doing it. He's not too crazy about the tuna, but he likes the white tuna in the can, in the water. So he likes that pretty well. So here's the deal. Like I said, this is a chemical breakdown. Now, listen, you do what works best for you. So what he's been doing is he's done that, like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I haven't done the math on this, but what an affordable overall. So we went to the grocery store, not this week, but last week, and got all the things that we needed for last week, and it's carried us into this week. On his off days, this is that moment where you go, how do I want to behave? If you fall off the wagon and you just gorge yourself and go back to old habits, then you just erased everything that you gained in the first 3 days. So by default, you start going, okay, I want to eat and I want to enjoy some things, but I don't want to go crazy. See, it's motivated him to stick to the plan. So like on his day off, I've been making some very healthy salads, Greek Mediterranean style salads. We've had fish. He did have some pasta one night. I made some homemade chili. Instead of having a large bowl, he had 1 small one. You know what I'm saying? I did wake up on Sunday, but I was like, okay, he's going to start his diet back tomorrow. I'm like, I'm going to make he loves my homemade pancakes. So I said, instead of 3 to 4 larger pancakes stacked up, let's do 2 smaller and with a side of bacon and egg. He's like, cool, that's good. He said, to be honest with you, I feel like my stomach is shrinking. I can't eat a week as much as I would say 2 weeks ago. So here's the point. You do what works best for you. I can't say that enough. But I think that right now, if you're trying to jump, this is a jump start. So you do this, by the way, you do this for 6 weeks. And then you come off of it for 6 weeks. And then if you're not satisfied, then you go back on it again for 6 weeks. James will probably, depending on how much weight he loses this first round, I suspect he may end up doing it the second round. I think that's to kind of put you back in check, right? Like I said, do your homework on this if you're interested. We're just showing you and telling you what works. He has done this. This will be his third time doing it. The first time he did it, he did great. And he lost 20-something pounds. The second time, several years later, he attempted it. It frustrated him. James is a stress eater. So sometimes, that can trip somebody out. So it didn't work. But this time he said, I'm doing it. I think being older and being motivated to gain your health back as much as possible, not wanting to go backwards and pushing forward has been a big motivation for him. And I think also the fact that I'm doing it with him as much as possible. I mean, he doesn't expect me to. It's not like that. I'm electing to. And I'm filling in different things throughout the day. I eat different than James does. I kind of graze a little bit more than he does. But I'm just saying, I'm making sure he has everything ready, having it packed up, ready to go, eating it with him. I'll modify a few things for me, obviously, to get more of this or more of that or a little something else, which he's fine with. It's really keeping him going. So I'm telling you, nothing's cheap anymore in the food area. You know that as well as I do. But this to me is a win-win to push back against inflation. Okay, I think it's a win-win to right now, especially in the winter, to sort of jumpstart back the process of trying to lose some weight and motivate you for spring. And frankly, I think from every diet that I've ever seen, that I've watched James attempt or books that I've read, etc., I think this is incredibly affordable. And then, like I said, you can absolutely work out, you can do yoga, you can walk, you can do whatever you need to. Every single person and their dietary needs is different, so the results are going to be different. But it does say that you can absolutely lose up to 30 to 40 pounds. It just depends upon your body and how much weight you need to lose. So obviously the more somebody weighs and then that you cut them to something like this, which is going to be very challenging. Nobody's denying that. So it just depends upon your motivation, but there's a lot of opportunity here for you to lose your weight. Here on the Oregon one, that's the one James is doing, it point blank says, and they say, this is funny, it is easier to diet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The first month takes off up to 40 pounds, thereafter another 20. By the way, just to say this, he's drinking water, but you can have coffee, tea, or diet drinks. Now, this is old. Remember, this is a quick jumpstart diet plan. James doesn't drink coffee. James has never drank coffee. He does not like it at all. James does not drink tea. I know. And he absolutely he despises diet drinks. So for him, he is drinking water, and water, with the exception of grapefruit juice on Monday mornings, which is day one, or obviously the 2% milk. Now again, we can argue about this, interchanging it, and raw milk, whole milk, this cracker versus your cracker, whatever. We're not doing that. Other than those crackers that I mentioned, we're sticking to this plan. This is temporary to put you in the zone of losing some weight, motivating you, helping you out, and pushing you along to then adapt your eating, which really is coming from your days off. What matters actually, I think more than anything, are the 4 days off, because that's actually determining what you're absolutely going to end up being. Because if you don't behave, you have some treats, just be moderate, do your thing, continue to exercise or whatever. If you don't stick to that plan on the 4 days, then you're not going to win with this. And what you do in those 4 days is what you're going to hopefully end up mostly doing going forth, so you can keep the weight down and off. Hope this video helps you out. I think this is a great diet right now for a lot of people. You do what you want. Again, we're just going to share it with you. I'm sure some people will have some positive things to say about it. Some people will have some negative things to say about it. That's fine. Proof is always in the pudding. And by what we have seen so far with James and with my great aunt, historically, folks, it works. Well, it's getting dark. It's getting very dark, all this rain. We appreciate you being here. Stay healthy, guys. Do the best you can. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The things that James, really has to work on is some of the carbs, which, obviously, and then he loves chocolate chip cookies and brownies, and then from time to time, Cokes. But in terms of inflation, if you go with me shopping, which you don't need to, go price out some 2 liters right now, or some the 12 packs of Coke. I mean, here in East Tennessee, at some of the stores that I've been to and seen prices, I cannot believe that a 12-pack of Coke, whatever flavor you want of Coca-Cola products, it's like $8.99. So you start cutting this, pardon my language, this crap out, yeah, you're going to have money to save, and you're going to have money to put towards better things, which is going to improve your health. That's saving you money in the long run too. So I hope this helps. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. I apologize it's done so late in the day, guys. It's just been a whirlwind of a rainy farm day. Everybody's great. Just trying to keep everybody as dry as possible. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. Do your best. Do what works for you. Do your homework. I love you. Mwah, and I'll see you on the next video.